You need to be ready to pivot. What is the reason why you're standing on the side?
Because I want to help the scuttle contest.
There's another reason. There's another reason why standing here is better than standing here. Better than standing here. I'm Daption, an ex-pro player for Cincinnati Fear, rank 2 on support, rank 14 on ADC on the NA ladder, and a CLOL champion. After years of competing at the top of North America, I've helped a ton of students finally hit their dream ranks by showing them what actually wins games. If you're serious about climbing this season, book a session and I'll help you see the game the way a challenger does. Stop guessing, start improving. For real. You guys can swap, you guys can play for grubs. It's just your top laner that's a little bit scary. You guys should win bot prio. If they fight you, you can fight back. I think Jarvan and Wukong are similar clears, so you don't really have to worry about anything. Really get yanks and whatnot. And you guys like stacking drakes. They like grubs a lot more. So, okay. For this bot 2v2, I kind of gave you the answer, but like fighting and wave push, who wins?
I think they do.
In fighting or wave push? Which one?
They, I don't know. They win both early, I think. I guess like we have RQ and stuff.
Yes. But... So the only thing your lane is hinging on is Yunara Q, because auto attack resets level 1 are the most OP abilities in the game. You're literally getting an extra 90 damage while she can only get like 30 with her Q unless you're isolated, in which it's a little bit more. So I would not be scared of fighting when the waves meet. And you most definitely need to get prio because your jungler is going to path bot.
Yeah.
So we're going to look for that. You guys should get push. If they fight you, you should win. But running straight at them is not the best idea. So it should be something like you landing a Braum Q, analysis in range of getting Yunara auto queued, or the Nautilus hooks you and then you can fight back like that. So other than that, warding middle bush is fine as well. The level 1's kind of shit, but okay. We're just gonna ignore this because jungle clear is just... Wait. Is there a reason why you were so late to the bot wave?
We got Nautilus flash in the bush cheese.
It's okay. It's just I really hope you don't lose the first. Okay, good. Because she, by the way, she pushed, like, you should lose the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, we could have lost minions.
She's pushing the wave into you, by the way. Like, all she has to do is last hit these minions and you'll miss all 3 of them. Like, unless you're looking to kill the Nautilus in the next 4 minutes, like, this is not the best trade. But if you're making a plan, like, this is fine. Like, from the second... So, the second this happens, you're like, okay... I decided already that we're gonna cheese this guy, and then Wukong, I want you to full clear into bot. We're gonna fight at Scuttle, and we're gonna Braum Q the Nautilus, and we're gonna kill him because he has no flash. That's like a decent plan that you can make off of this. And then yeah, so if they're getting prio, you guys have to give up push, or sorry, you have to give up the fighting. Okay, I'm just surprised they're just letting you walk up. Okay. Hold the wave. No, hold it. Okay, nice. Okay. So now they have a ward, so there's no possible, like, really gank angle. But now... Okay, I'm going to ask you right now, with this wave out pushing, what is your plan right now? Like, what do you want to do if these guys walk up to the wave?
Throw a Braum Q.
But I just want you to be like very cognizant that like once this wave touches these minions, like they are not allowed to be past this line in the lane. They should not be able to get EXP of these two minions, and that's the strength of you guys slow pushing here. That's why I wanted you guys to like hold the wave in front of the turret, because they didn't fully crash the wave. They made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, also, Kaisa W is like such a big part of her fucking damage. It's a 20-second cooldown. After these first 3 melees, you guys need to walk into this bush and pressure, because you're going to get level 3 and you need to deny them as much golden EXP as possible. This guy's literally standing on the wrong side of the lane. Like, this is completely legal. Okay. Yeah, it's just okay. So this is really important. Right now, I want you to be thinking, okay, number 1, are you guys going to be stronger in the next like 2 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. So if you think about Braum as like an engaged champion, right? Do you think this guy, this Nautilus right now, would be allowed to be in your engage range? Let's say your Q is an engage tool.
No.
Okay. So okay, you need to recognize the level 2 and then the level 3 advantages. Otherwise, like, these guys are just getting to play the lane for free. This is like, not like allowed.
Should I just flash Q?
No. You need to like no. You just walk up and then your Yunar is gonna kill this minion, and then you need to be in range to kill, like, your Yunar is gonna auto this minion. But I want you to like pressure, because right now, like, it feels like you're just farming and they're also just farming, but you guys are the one with the big wave. So this is not allowed. They should be like here right now. And the only thing that you're going to get off of that, by the way, is like, for example, this minion can die. They're going to lose the XP. This minion can die. If you push them out, they're also going to lose the XP. So this is the timer for you to build the slow leads. You clear the first 3 melees, you walk up. Okay? That's like a rinse and repeat type of formula. And then your jungler is... Okay, this is... Okay, I don't know if you're thinking about this, but right now, what is your jungler doing?
Going mid.
Yeah.
And he's like playing through mid rather than bot.
Okay.
So we could get ganked, but we're not getting this wave in.
But why is he going mid? Is there, like, is someone calling him to mid? Is it you guys
Our
are not?
Laner is calling him, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe he said, I don't know.
Okay. So regardless of what's happening in comms, like, I don't really give a single fuck about what your mid laner wants right now. There's a scuttle crab and you guys need to crash your wave. You guys take priority.
Because we're like the side lane and mid lane. Like, what if mid lane had the same wave state? But it doesn't really matter because mid lane wave states are like less important because it's a smaller lane and they just don't really affect as much.
It's because your condition. Okay, so
more gankable than a mid laner.
Well, like, it's not necessarily like the champions. It's just like, look at the conditions, right? This and this, and your big wave. This should be the clear tell factor that your jungler should be opening through bot. And as you guys are building the wave here right now, you guys know that you're strong, right? If there's a scuttle crab fight, your Wukong needs to open through bot, not through mid. Their mid 2v2 isn't as winning as your bot 3v3.
Yeah.
So that's like a really important consideration, because I feel like your jungler is hovering the mid wave when his priority should be fighting bot and getting scuttle. There's something wrong with, like, there, either in comms or in game knowledge. So I want you to, when you're strong, to like hard call, we're stacking the wave and we're going to be there at scuttle crab, come through bot.
So is mid, I guess mid is not strong. We're strong because we have this slow push.
Yes, and your like your HP conditions, right? So think about it, right? If these guys engage into you and you guys do a full out fight, like a long fight, you guys are getting lethal tempo, blah, blah, blah. Who's going to win at full HP?
We are.
Yeah, because their engage needs to kill the first person that engages. That's why Braum is such a good counter to Nautilus. If Nautilus engages on the Braum and they can't kill the Braum, this guy's just fucking dead. So you got a counter matchup, or well, I don't know. I don't remember exactly when in the draft you picked it, but you did get a counter matchup. And so I want you to make sure that you're utilizing this from the second like this wave is starting to stack. You know that your advantage is being full HP. This guy's trying to engage. He needs to hook you down to this much HP to kill you. The fact that you have this HP and these minions, call your jungler to come bot. And mind you, the higher you go, the more your junglers are going to recognize this without you telling them. But I want you to get in the habit of doing it. Otherwise, you're going to lose out on situations like this. Because I'm going to play it. And if their jungler comes bot, I'm going to be very fucking mad. Okay? Okay. So their jungler just fully gave up the bot scuttle, even though he had to get bot gank to angle. So that's like kind of weird. Also, I like that you're like moving, but there's like one last step to this bot wave, and it would be fixed if your jungler was here. But right now, what do you have to do?
Rash this one.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to like think about, do I need to go right now and fight this Jarvan, or do I push this wave and crash it? What do you think the answer is?
I guess push this wave and crash it, but our junglers just have to 1v1. I guess Wukong is fine 1v1ing. It's not like Jarvan like will beat Wukong in a 1v1. If anything, Jarvan can run away, but that's fine. We get scuttle.
Yeah. So you are
if Wukong opens bot, doesn't Jarvan just get scuttle?
No,
he
no,
opens
no.
through mid there and he's like a little faster.
No. Yeah, I mean, the scuttle's not even spawned yet. So if Wukong opened, I think he did his red buff and opened through bot, he would be around here right now. Rather than, honestly, this is longer for him than it is for him to walk this way towards bot. So
I guess if we're crashing, we just can't help on the scuttle spawn itself, but that doesn't necessarily matter. What matters is we just have first move.
So I'm gonna explain this little concept. It's just, you need to be ready to pivot. What is the reason why you're standing on the side?
Because I want to help the scuttle contest.
Mm-hmm. There's another reason. There's another reason why standing here is better than standing here. Better than standing here.
Because I still want to like cover the wave too.
Yes. So based off of what happens on the scuttle, if this Jarvan is like hard fighting your Wukong, then you can move. But right now, you're moving without even like seeing the fight. Now you see the fight. Do you think that this fight is winning for J4?
No, like Wukong doesn't even need me.
Exactly.
I guess.
So you just skipped the entire judgment process. And so instead of pivoting from, I'm going to stand here in the river and then adapt, you just fully moved. You didn't need to do that. So the telltale sign for me is, okay, does my jungler need me when I pan my camera? Right now, this guy is just, he's going to push out the, Wukong's just going to run at this guy, push him out. He wins 1v1 and he'll get the bot scuttle. I don't need to come. I'm just going to come to my bot wave, crash it, and then we can ward deep in the jungle and do whatever the fuck we want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
sure.
I need you to be very, very careful when you're moving, because there's always going to be something you're giving up. So remember when you used to tell me like, it's like a couple of days ago where I told you that when you can cancel an ADC's base as a support and you're losing EXP, it's worth it because the enemy ADC is the one that's going to control a lot of the lane. It's because the trade-off is so much better for you to cancel the ADC's base than for you to get the EXP. So you should go cancel the base. But here, the trade-off is I'm going to lose EXP if these guys are fighting. And if they're not fighting, I'm moving for literally no reason and I'm losing EXP for free. Also, they can if they're smart and they walk up and ward this Tribush, they can just fight your Yunar on the wave and break it or engage on her.
Right.
So this one is a little tough. Do you feel pressured by your jungler to like just move whenever he asks?
No, he's not even asking me to move.
Okay.
I think I skew towards like prowling my jungler a lot in these situations. Like I'm starting to see the nuance, but like I've had this mindset. I've literally like just said this to myself and to people before, especially when I've played Janna, where I'm literally like, marksmen are just weak. Like I'd rather just play with my jungler in like all situations. And so I feel like that's actually a habit. I need to like, and there's obviously situations where that's true, but
Yeah.
like I need to like this is the nuance that I need to like lock in on a little bit more for sure.
So I'm just going to say this now. Like a lot of the times when I ask student questions, I say like, what do you think about this? The real answer to like 95% of my questions is it depends. Like it literally does depend on what's going on your screen. If this guy is fucking somehow 2-0 and he wants to go and invade their camps, there's no camps, but he wants to go and invade, then the nuance is, okay, it depended on how strong your Wukong was. But until you see those conditions, I don't want you to just skip the steps. Okay? So it's always you're standing on this side of the lane and then you look at the fight and whether or not you need to be there and then you move. Unless your jungler is hard calling for you and he knows a situation that you don't. In that case, we can talk about that after, but those are different situations. Like you said, you're the one that was like feeling pressured to like come here. So I want you to like think about it before you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you guys should. Okay, I'll just teach you the wave mechanic. So right now, because they broke your last wave, you no longer have a stacked wave. So I want you to be thinking, what is a way that I can get a good base off for my ADC? And the answer is you're going to slow stack this wave with your Yunara, and then you're going to hard crash the next, and your Yunara can base for call, and you can move to mid or base with her. And then you just get an advantage just from pushing your waves.
Right.
So it's always going to be when you're stronger in the lane, it's always going to start with slow push. So you guys slow pushed and then hard crash on the second.
I guess why base now? Or
Because
Yunar's not like a BF sword ADC, so it's not really like we have to wait for BF sword.
well,
But yeah, why base now?
it's just okay. I'm not going to lie. So I'm just going to say this flat out. If you were playing Janna, basing here would be bad. Why do you think that's the case? Like after you push this wave, sorry, it would be bad. Why?
I mean, after we push the wave that's behind our tier 1 right now,
Yeah.
it would be bad for Janna. I don't know why it would be bad for Janna. I could go get like a dark seal or something.
So the reason why it's even worse on enchanters is because you're losing at least 3 melees of EXP, when in reality, if you're pressuring like this, should you be losing any EXP at all? No. You want to extend your 2v2 timer for as long as possible, right? And if this Nautilus stays in the 2v2 where you're winning in 2v2, you're just going to outpace him. So the reason why you can push and base here is because EXP matters a lot less on the melee supports. Okay? So your ADC can go and get call. Call is so OP, by the way. Like BF sword is amazing, but getting an early call, it's like the second best thing for an ADC, pushing and then getting it, because you're just getting yourself a late game or a kill later on, like 10 minutes later, I think. So
yeah,
there's just a really easy way to build a lead. And so, okay, I think you guys were fighting on this wave actually. So the Kai'Sa was fighting, and she broke your wave, so that's kind of bad. But you guys are like pushing this wave too fast, and so this wave is not gonna either crash or gonna stack into the next wave. They're just gonna hold in front of your turret. See this? This is the worst case scenario. So you guys went from slow pushing the wave, she started fighting, so you guys started pushing. Don't do that. Like you guys like reacted to what the Kai'Sa was doing. The mistake was already made. The mistake was here when you moved fully, so the Kai'Sa could walk up. That's the only reason why she was able to hit these minions, right? So don't make the mistake, or don't overcompensate once you made the mistake. And then now you guys are hard fighting. Wait, did you guys choose? Yeah. I mean, this is fine. I would just say this queue is like very high risk. Like even if you were playing, let's say like Janna, would you ever want to queue the Kai'Sa here?
No.
Why?
So I need it to disengage.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the same thing with Braum. It's the same thing with like well, Rakan, it's kind of obvious because you would be Wing into the turret, but it's the same thing with Rakan. It's the same thing with fucking kind of with Bar, kind of Alistar as well. You would never it's the same thing because you would be going to the turret, but it's a little less obvious when you're playing a champ like Braum because sure, like if you Q the Kai'Sa and she gets tagged and this guy walks in, it's amazing, right? But is there anything tying this Kai'Sa to just stand here and take your Q?
No, yeah.
This is just the ego Q.
I throw these Braum poke Qs out. Maybe it's not the play, but I try to poke with Braum Q.
So it's not a bad thing to poke. I just need you to understand. You remember when I was saying like after the first 3 melees, you walk up and you should be trading? That's when you should be throwing your poke Qs, right? Because they need to either CS the minions that they haven't CS because you clear the first 3 melees and then you're walking up. So they have to catch up in CS or they're going to have to fight you, right? So they either give up golden EXP or they fight you. In that situation, they have to make a decision. Whereas right now, does the Kai'Sa have to do anything?
And no.
No, she could literally just walk back and let her Nautilus tank the wave. You would just miss your Q and then this guy would walk up. So this is not a timer for you to throw your Q, especially because this next wave is coming. So think about it, right? If you don't have your Q for the next wave and this guy just walks up for free, you guys just lose this minion stock. So consider the alternative to you throwing your Q. Literally, when you're playing these peel supports, holding your Q is like way more impactful than actually throwing it. Once you become like, I don't know, like Carria at support, maybe you can consider throwing these Qs if you think you can land literally every single one, but we're human beings, right? So I'm not going to expect you to like land every single Braum Q in this situation. And if you don't, the loss is like very big. You lose your wave stack when you already have wave push into them. Okay? Makes sense.
I mean, if I don't throw my Q, that changes. They can then cannot hit these minions, basically.
They can hold the wave here. They can hold here, but this guy is never allowed to do what he just did. He just did ability matching. So you threw your Q and then he just walked up. If he did this, mind you, and you had your Q, is this allowed?
No.
Yeah. So holding it for like literally a millisecond and then queuing this guy instead would honestly, this would be such a big win for you guys, right? And then on the next queue, you guys can actually like push him out of lane, maybe make him reset. So that's how I want you to think.
Right. Okay.
And that'll like prevent these situations where like, yes, it is definitely good to poke with the Q when you can. It's just when there's no minions at all for the next like 10 seconds. So you'll have your Q. Okay, whoa. You're going kind of crazy, no?
He has no hook for like 5, 4, 3.
Well, this Kai'Sa is just griefing, by the way. This Kai'Sa is just completely griefing because all she has to do is... Okay, by the way, Nautilus should have it for in like 2 seconds. If Nautilus... He should have it right now, by the way.
Yeah.
So if he hooks you... Like, this is the fundamental, right? You haven't cleared the first 3 melees. I don't want you to do this.
Haven't cleared the first 3 melees. Fundamental. I actually like haven't thought of that necessarily.
It's so simple because think about it, right? If these melees are here and this Nautilus hooks you, these minions, number one, are going to tank some of the Kai'Sa Q if she tries to walk up and Kai'Sa Q you. And these minions are going to aggro onto them because they're close enough to aggro onto them if they fight you. Whereas right now, if Nautilus Qs you, who the fuck's helping you?
Nobody. I assumed he didn't have Q here. I don't know if... I don't know the exact cooldown.
I think it's like 13 seconds. I think something like that. 13? I mean, I can search it up. Hold on. Just to be sure. 14. He's level 3. Yeah. Should be 14 seconds. And look at when he threw his Q. He threw it right now. So at 412
12.
exactly. It was like 412 kind of when you.
Sure.
Yeah. So right here, he has it. And he's like scared because he's not full HP, but that's like not really a concern. So that was a little illegal, I'm not gonna lie. You got away with some murder.
Yeah, I don't know the
Okay.
actual cooldowns. I like probably should like look them up more because I know people like actually just know the like amount of seconds a lot of the champs level 1 ability cooldowns are. I just don't like. I have like the intuitiveness of playing League for a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
I should like actually look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Because I could count, like I could straight up look at the time and
Yeah.
see and know that. I just didn't think he had a hook.
Yeah. I think a really easy way to do that, by the way, is like literally before every game, I'm going to write down your notes. The second you get into loading screen, just look up the main engage ability of that support. So for Nautilus, you just look at the timer for his Q cooldown. And so then you'll just literally have it ingrained into your brain that this guy's cooldown is 14, 13, 12, 11, whatever, you know? So your game is so much easier if you have that information. Right now you're kind of like, you're not sure, and then you could mess up if this guy was like kind of playing it better. So loading screen equals book enemy supports.
Yeah, Professor I think has the cooldowns if you hover this stuff, so I have that installed.
I hate Professor. That shit's like it's mining Bitcoin on your PC. I mean, I'm kidding, but I think it's a lot of like if you have the pop-ups, that is so much real estate that you're losing. It's just so distracting.
No. Yeah, I don't have anything on my. I actually have the Professor. I have nothing on my screen. I just have it. I have it on my second monitor.
How does that work?
Honestly, it's kind of useless. I mean, like I just have the like player profiles on my second monitor. I don't have like the gold graphs or whatever. I have all that disabled.
Good. Okay. Well,
Honestly, though, it's kind of useless. I just use it to like tilt at my auto-filled junglers mainly.
That's
right.
Well, that might be hurting you a little bit more than it's helping you, but I mean, it's
not
up to
really,
you.
not really though. But like,
Yeah.
it's just like it's like if anything, it's like pretty useless.
Yeah, I think that the titles it gives you, like that shit is so like dumb. By the way, I reviewed with one of my students. He was playing Heck. Yeah, he
I know they're dumb though, but yeah.
Yeah, it literally says like a master of something, master support, and a master of support. I don't know, some shit like that. And the guy was a jungle main. Like, what the fuck? I don't even know how that's possible.
It calls me godlike karma. It's so like
that's good. That's good. Okay, this one.
This was really troll. Okay.
Yeah. So the same thing that happens to you the same thing that happens to the Nautilus when you can trade happens to you when he can trade. So there's no melees here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason for you to like. You can play at the edge of this bush. That is what you should be doing right now. Your Yunara should be like walking closer to the side of like this side because she doesn't want to get hooked no matter what. Also, you don't have E. So wow, that was on point. Whenever you don't have E, like you don't really want to be taking a hook because this is your damage mitigation, right? So you're basically just a melee minion tanking hook. And you don't really have a line to Q. That's another thing that's kind of worrying me. Like right now, when the Nautilus Qs, you need to Q him back. Right now you can't. There's literally minions blocking it. So this is the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, if you're like Keria and you're thinking about this, like tell Arya to like go to this side of the minions and then you W to this minion and then he'll Q in and then you can Q him. But if you're not thinking about that and you're like full on ready to fight, there's something that we need to like be talking about because you're in a counter matchup. You cannot be taking these trades.
Yeah, this is, I just don't have the nuance. Like in this moment, I think I'm thinking like I'm Braum and Nautilus, like hook me, let's see what happens. And I suppose we saw what happens.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I should have thought about the E and the minions and all that a little bit more. Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean,
It's pretty cringe.
I think the minions part, by the way, is gonna make your life a lot easier because like on it doesn't matter what support you're playing. The first 3 melee minions rule is literally so easy because it's universal. Like if you're playing
What do you
Janna,
mean exactly by that? Like you mean like he's gonna have these 3 melee minions coming in. That's like his timer to engage because the melee minions do a lot of damage.
no. So once their melees are dead, you can walk up because now your melees can walk up and they need to CS these minions. So you'll be ahead in like not tempo. You'll be ahead in CSing the minions. So they either have to fight you, okay? They have to choose to get CS or fight you. No matter what, they're operating at a loss. Whereas right now, skip to a few seconds later, you don't have first 3 melees and they don't have first 3 melees. Honestly, this Nautilus should hook you right now.
See, is that the most useless E ever I just did?
Yes, but I didn't want to like get on you for that, but yes, unfortunately, you need to hold it for the hooks. Like the
I was like, dude, I'm gonna block some minions, but
she gets it
like,
anyways.
maybe it's okay if I like use my E to block some minions and then I respect a little bit. She gets it anyways, yes. But no. I just don't use my E. It's so troll.
If it's like a cannon minion and you're sure that it's gonna like they're gonna miss it, yeah, that's fine. But otherwise, no. Also, the second this guy's hook is flying, you need to start your pots because you could actually live. Right now, if you heal, you would live. The second the hook lands, you have to do it the second the hook lands, though.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Now you're a little bit behind. Also, you outscale the living shit out of this guy in this matchup. You don't need to be fighting. So that's another thing. Whenever you're like putting yourself in line with the Nautilus's hook angles, like you're telling me you want to make this game volatile, but like, do you really want to make this game? I feel like it's literally the opposite. Like,
yeah, I guess I've been under the impression that, yeah, just letting myself get hooked as Braum is usually good, and it's just not always that good.
Yeah. Again, there's nuance, like you said. So
I mean, the Braum armor nerf actually, I feel like made this matchup like a little harder. Like you have to actually be like not as aggressive.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
by the way, is Yunara the wave bot and Yunara basing there? Is that what we're supposed to do earlier? Because like we got this one wave and then it's not going to fully crash, but my Yunara calls that she's just like, hey, they can freeze like the next wave, like I'll come back and we'll break it. But like I have to base to match.
I mean, you guys can just freeze this wave. Should you either freeze the wave or you hard crash the next, or you slow push this one into the next. There's no like I'm gonna let them freeze.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you remember you guys are like, okay, yes, the Kai'Sa's coming back with a base, but can they just walk past the wave if you guys are stacking this wave and fight you? The answer is no.
I guess not. I think basing with the freeze is probably the best though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like, how did they even like? I guess they trolled because they didn't crash.
Yep.
And they killed me.
Yep.
Like, are they? How did they not crash this?
Yeah, they just didn't do the third step of. So you slow push the first, okay? Slow into hard crash or hard push, and then the last step is you crash the wave. But they just didn't. They just didn't.
Yeah.
So
then we just like did the same thing for them. So
yes.
Like even
yes. Exactly. Yep.
Troll.
So yeah, there's no reason for them to have a wave freeze. I didn't even see that. Okay, whoa. Okay, your jungler is pinging to invade the Gromp. So
yeah, we called him off that.
Okay. But what's
There's actually a lot of disagreement here on our team of like, actually one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about this game is like where jungle support should be playing through for objectives. So like I wanted to like help Yunara crash 2 waves, but we called to just like do the one wave. So I'm
Mhm.
like gonna go hover mid because
Okay.
I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like I might as well just hover mid.
Yeah.
And then okay, I control this and like my Wukong.
Okay, what do you
know,
think's
somebody-
wrong? What do you think's wrong with this picture? I'm just gonna tell you, like, ask you, because there's something fucking horribly wrong with this.
Romp is like already gone.
Yes. Okay. So number one, there's nothing to
Just
play
did our
for.
Krugs,
Mhm.
so,
Okay.
uh,
There's another really big thing that is very worrying that your jungler is
don't
not
have
looking at.
Nara.
So there's
Nara's not
literally
to the wave.
there's literally nobody in the lane that he's playing towards. Last timer, you guys were winning 3v3 and he went through mid. This timer, there's nobody bot and he wants to walk in for Braum. So if there's anything that you guys have to learn from this game is if your jungler is calling for an invade or you guys are looking for anything aggressive, like he needs to be thinking about this kind of stuff. Like look at the lanes that you're playing through.
Yeah.
The second he crosses the river, he should be thinking like, am I playing through a lane? Am I doing the right thing? I mean, it should be honestly right here. As he's doing Krugs, he should be thinking to himself like, can I do a bot side play that is like a play that's closer to bot side than to mid? It just doesn't make sense, even if the Gromp was up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what are the? I guess for playing Drake, and obviously, like I think you're probably about to watch us like get hooked in it or something, whatever. But like, just more in general, playing this Drake is like, if they have this freeze bot, can Wukong and I just kind of open mid and then just play through mid and Yunara
No.
like
Absolutely not.
play the Drake faster?
Nope,
Or are we
nope,
like having to like fix the bot
Yep,
freeze?
Yep.
first.
This is the top priority. I don't care no matter what, even if your mid laner's calling, I have Oriar, we can kill the Syndra mid. Your Yunara is being frozen on at 6 minutes in the game.
Okay. I mean, we theoretically could get the Drake. It would just result in Yunara losing
Yeah.
a shit ton.
Yeah, it's just not
That's
worth
like
it.
one thing you can do against a freeze is to like do something else on the map, right?
That's only if you can't break the freeze to begin with. Like there is no reason for you guys not to just open bot and fight them.
Okay.
So if you're losing something,
3 winning. Yes.
yes,
I guess.
no matter what, it's winning. Like you guys
got to kill, but yeah.
Yeah, like they still, even with the kill, like instead of chunking you to like half HP, it'll be this much HP with a Nautilus hook, but your team is going to be hitting them the entire time. Like you're not going to instantly die. So especially if you're fighting the wave. So this is completely grief from them to be fighting you. Like they should not be hooking into you, and your Wukong is like kind of griefing, by the way. Like if this guy hooks into you, you guys have information on 5 of their champions. Why are we not just hitting this Nautilus for hooking you?
Right.
Because this is just illegal, right? You know exactly where this guy is, and you guys win 2v2. So this is like a fundamental misunderstanding of like what your guys' 2v2 is. If they hook in and they can't kill you, they should die or lose their entire HP bars. So this is kind of like the pain of, because I'm assuming you, like Mr. Fluffy, might be a little bit lower rank than the rest of the players. Like no disrespect at all, but like when these situations happen, the onus is kind of on you because you know more. So you have to just like say like, fight this guy, he's trolling.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. Okay. So what there's not even a scuttle. I don't understand. So what is your jungler doing right now?
I think we want to do Drake.
Okay. So that's never happening.
Period.
That's never happening.
I don't know how many more thoughts are going on.
Yeah, I mean
all 5 of us, honestly. But.
Okay. So I genuinely, if I see my jungler trying to pull Drake here, I'm pausing the game and I'm literally saying, okay, this might be a little extreme, but I'm literally saying like, what fucking lane are you even playing through? Because now there's been 2 plays that my jungler has gone through the wrong lane to make a play. And now what lane is he making his play through? What lane are you guys fighting this Drake through? None? Like absolutely none is the answer.
The answer is we have to fix bot wave first to connect Yunara
Mm-hmm.
without her dropping a ton of minions.
Yes. So your Wukong
And I
needs to
guess-
come here and stand in this bush, and you guys contest the wave and push it. There is no Drake, no matter what. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think your Wukong's next priority should be hovering you guys, getting the skull, and then basing back to top.
Yeah, we could just swap. By the way, is my Shin TPing here? Like,
Yes. Well, he did TP, but I don't know if he needs to. I don't see his lane. And I
mean, he would have probably dropped minions.
I think he fucked up earlier. Cause
I find that my top laner, No Flame, often like we want to swap at like 7-ish minutes or 6:30, and his TP is used like 30 seconds ago, and it feels really bad every time.
well, yeah, I mean that's if he's playing a tank, like there's just no way in hell that my tank top laner needs to TP back top almost every game and doesn't have it
Just
for a swap.
drop like a wave or something to just have TP up for swap reasons.
Well, I don't even think I don't know why he's at the HP. So their top laner TP'd, okay? So if he wants to TP, he can TP now at 5 minutes to match the Shen's TP. It should never be him basing and TPing back at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. So
How long is TP cooldown? He's not going to have it.
No.
He's at 5 minutes anyway, right?
That's not the issue. If your Shen TP's top now and stays top for 1 minute and then has to swap back bot, it's so much worse. Rather than he's farming 4 waves and then he can base and come to bot. You never want to use your TP to get conditions to just base again.
Yeah.
So TPing earlier is fine, and swapping without having your top laner have TP is fine, especially when their top laners have TP. He just used it at top. So regardless, you guys need to fix this wave no matter what. And like this is just so now we're doing something a little crazy. So right now, Yunara cannot connect, right?
I mean, she's first,
Well,
but they would run away.
If she does that, so this Kaisa is just griefing, by the way, because she should be able to push this wave whilst you guys are. So she queued 2 minions when she can be queuing the entire wave, and then all she has to do is auto W the cannon minion, and then continue to kill. The casters are going to be the only minions that are up now, and then if your Yunara doesn't walk back right now, the wave is going to crash into your turret, and you guys are going to lose minions. So this fight is overextended by a lot. Your guys' priority was to get the wave. Now that you guys didn't push the wave back into them, not only can you not contest Scuttle, you guys can't even contest the entire river. This is an overstay. Because you guys didn't tend to the festering wound of this fucking wave, unfortunately. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So
like at what time what time specifically do you think you decide the dragon is like not possible and we're like gonna reset top and play grubs instead?
Okay.
Like at what point is it like, okay guys, we're not playing this Drake? Is it like straight up right here because the freeze is how it is?
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
We can recognize that this Drake's not happening because they have freeze bots.
And you guys are winning 3v3, but if your Wukong's half HP while hitting the Drake and they walk in, like you guys are just gonna lose, right? So unless you guys are super confident in your guys' 3v3 whilst hitting the Drake and they're full HP, I would not recommend playing this Drake here. No, you shouldn't pull this Drake here. Not recommend. There's just no reason for you guys to just give up this bot wave, lose EXP. Their Kais is going to be first to 6, and then they can match you on the swap. So right now, you guys tend to the wave, okay? You guys are hitting the wave. You push it back. And then on the next wave, out of it, so this wave right now, you guys should have it over here, okay? It should be over here. And then this next wave that's coming from their turret, you're gonna hard shove and then you're gonna reset and go top.
Yeah. Okay.
So sucks that your top laner used TP, but I mean he's playing a tank, so he has to.
You're saying swap. We're gonna crash the wave.
Yes.
coming out of base right now, and then
No,
swap
this one,
away.
crash this wave right now.
The single wave.
Yeah, and it would, because what should have happened was you guys thinned their wave, and so there would be a few minions left on this wave. Okay, if you guys are properly tending to the wave, your Wukong isn't halfway into river, he's around here, and then you're ready to move if anything happens. But this cannon minion needs to die, and then you can walk up. Otherwise, you guys aren't tending to the wave, and you guys are fighting over nothing, and you're giving them a fight when you have to be catching a wave. So the first order priority, no matter what, is thinning the wave. After that, you can fight. But before that, so thinning wave is like the first 3 melees and then the cannon. That would be thinning the wave. To like match how many minions you have to how many minions they have. And then you can fight. But just remember, like anything that happens on the map has to be related to a wave. So when we're just like monkey fighting here, like they hooked in, okay? So yes, this timer is good for you guys to fight. But now, like as they're walking out, is there any reason to be hovering this river at all?
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
I mean, we want to do the Drake, which is wrong.
Yeah.
So that's one. But yeah, no.
So, okay, listen. If you're ever pulling a Drake, I need you to crash a wave first. It doesn't matter if it's mid, it doesn't matter if it's bot, crash the wave. And then you can pull the Drake. If that's not happening, you are not fucking pulling this Drake.
Okay. So we're thinning this wave out. And I mean, I guess we've thinned it out, and then we're going to crash the wave that's coming out. It's the wave coming out of base now.
Yes, this one.
Crashing.
Yep.
And then with that crash, we're going to do something. And the something we're going to do is probably just base.
And
swap.
yes, and swap. Because, okay, so I'll just explain why you don't push the wave and then go to Drake. Because this guy's top camps are respawning, right? So there's absolutely no reason for your top side right now. This is a really strong top side at level 6. For your jungle to forego his top side camps and then give 3 grubs for a Drake. That trade makes no sense. Whereas if you base on your jungle, get these 2 camps, get level 6, and you guys swap to top, you can now contest the same side their jungler's on, get the grubs, and then pressure this turret or base back into bot and try to play Drake.
Yeah, and their alternative is they could just stay bot with Jarvan and take Drake, but we're fine with that trade because grubs are better than a Drake.
And
most of the time,
if they, well, I just want you to know, if they are the ones that are trying to pull Drake while you guys crashed a wave, they're going to be so far behind, your jungler's going to be able to invade and take both of these camps. Like,
yeah, because either Kaisa is losing hella if she's helping with the Drake, or Jarvan's tempo is destroyed because he's soloing the Drake.
Oh, if the enemy Kaisa moves from this huge wave stack that's crashing, the game's won. I don't care that they got a Drake. No, I'm not even joking. Your ADC is going to be up an entire like level on the enemy ADC. That is insane.
Of course.
So there's no
if she stays and catches, like,
yeah, they can't walk in and take the Drake. That's impossible.
Well, I mean, if we've swapped away and Wukong's based,
yes,
Kaisa is catching, the Jarvan could pull the Drake solo or whatever, and they could just do it.
So,
but then we take his top side.
Yeah.
So it's chill.
Yeah, you guys would be too fast for them to just get the Drake and then come back to top side. So they would be giving something up. So you guys, because you fucked up your wave, you no longer can do the Drake on this timer. So you can look to swap. And because they would be responding to a wave, they fucked up their timer because they should be fighting you, mind you. This Nautilus hook was completely useless. They should be fighting on the wave with Jarvan because your jungler is walking to river, not knowing if this is warded. So they should be fighting on the wave and then chunking your HP and then using that to either get the Drake or swap to grubs faster than you guys. They have to fight. You guys just have to push the wave. That's why your matchup is so hard winning. Well, it's not so hard winning, but it's winning. They have to take hard fights. Okay?
Yeah.
Is there any other play you wanted to look at? Because we're running out of time.
Could we briefly look at the grubs for this, like just like a couple minutes advance? Because I guess the debate on these grubs was Like I opened through top here.
Okay. Jungle
Don't worry.
spot.
I
Okay.
died. I guess I opened through top here, and my call was I want to like do like 2 waves top into grubs with top prio because we're first to swap to top.
Mm-hmm.
But my Oriana says I have mid wave prio now.
Yes.
Like Braum should just open mid, and we should like my Yunara can catch low, and we can just rip the grubs instantly on spawn.
You guys definitely can get 2 grubs at the very least if you do that. And yes, you should open mid, by the way, because your Yunara is so fucking late. The only thing is, like, if you open mid and you guys get the wave and move in, I just want you to know this guy's gonna have a move. There is nothing making him want to go bot right now. And if their Jax wants to go bot in exchange for fighting the grubs, I mean, Merry Christmas, man. Like, good job. Good job to him. But there's no reason for him to have to base right now.
He can penalty for 5v5 too.
Yeah. But I just want you to...
I'm under the impression that like, and I don't know if this is nuanced enough, but I open top because as Braum, I feel like I need to be playing with a Yunara rather than playing with an Oriana.
So,
but is that like too basic of an understanding?
No. That's a good understanding if you guys are on the same... So this is the reason why tempo matters so much. Tempo is just like whether or not you're going to be on a wave or be on the map faster than the enemy. So the reason why it matters so much is if your Oriana can push this wave 15 seconds ahead of your Yunara pushing the wave, you can open through mid and get control like that. Whereas right now, if your Yunara is top, literally on the wave, and you're here, go through the top wave. There's no reason for you not to. In fact, you guys would get level 6 through Yunara, and then actually, wait, I need to see if Kaisa's 6. Yeah, she is 6. Did she use her ult here? No, right? Okay, that's really bad. So yeah, if you push through mid, I just want you to realize their Kaisa's in base right now. So you'll push mid, walk to grubs, and their jungle support and top lane need to run to these grubs and push you guys off. Also, what is stopping your Wukong from soloing these grubs?
Me calling him off because we took 1 grub and I said, okay, like be careful. We're gonna push this second wave, the wave in our inhib right now, and then we'll like do the grubs again. I was like, we can cheat 1 and then we'll peel off, and you can like do a camp, we'll do a wave, and then we can come back with top prio.
Well,
but like, I guess he could have maybe just finished 2. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but like you're right in the sense that like if they are contesting, yes, that's correct. But there's literally nobody on your guys' screen. There's no reason for your Wukong to walk back. They're not contesting, so you should get at least 2 grubs. And if they don't contest for 3 grubs, you're getting 3 grubs. Like, yes, your Wukong needs to be careful. That's a correct call, but don't push him off.
They did the Drake, so that's why their tempo is so bad. And
yes,
we can just probably rip a couple grubs.
Yes, and their Jarvan ganked you guys bot. So now he needs to do these 2 camps if he wants to like stay afloat. I don't know what the fuck the word is, but like if he wants to stay up in tempo, he's gonna do these 2 camps and then come. Whereas like he's either coming to grubs and fighting you guys or taking these camps. There's no in between. There's literally no in between. Like he needs to take either these 2 and then come, or he's not contesting at all and you get 3 grubs for free. And then you need to be scared of them invading your bot side. That's the only thing you need to be scared of, because the Jarvan's going to be ahead and pushing.
Really what they should do, if they take a Drake, they should just take their red camp, so then try to invade our bot, because they're faster to our bot side than we are if we're doing grubs.
Yep. And that's if, okay, so that's if you guys commit to the grub. So right now, your Wukong's just walking away.
We like bailed them out.
Yeah. So
okay, which is actually my call. So
why is
no flame to Mr. Fluffy? He asked me afterwards. He was like, "Why did we get off the grubs there?" And I was like, "I don't know. I wanted top pro."
Well, okay. So you know the rule I said you guys are pushing or pulling the grubs or pulling an objective through a lane. Like unless you crash the wave, you're not pulling an objective. If he's 1v0 you can do the Drake. That's the only exception to the rule. So
yeah, okay.
if you can hit the Drake without being contested by jungle support or anybody because they need to do camps or get vision somewhere else, go ahead, do the Drake. But there's gonna like you need to always be thinking about that, because if you're pulling the grubs and you're not thinking about jungle support, and then they just walk up, they're gonna push you off, and then maybe invade you, and then your game is kind of
Okay.
So also your jungler, he's actually not ahead in camps, by the way, because he did Raptors here, whilst he could have just done both of these camps and then run to grubs. So denying the Jarvan here is good if you're playing for like an item lead. There is literally no reason for your Wukong to come here, take one Raptor, and then go to grubs, when he can just do both of these camps and then be faster to his bot side. It's because you guys are on like a very, very hard timer. So the reason why, like they did Drake and then they ganked you bot, right? So your jungler has the time to either come here and take the Raptors and then go to Krugs and get both of those, or he can do all of these camps and then take the grubs. You cannot take the Raptors and then go to grubs, and like you're not getting enough on the map. You're not only not clearing your topside camps, so you're gonna have to attend to them after, and you're not denying both of the junglers like respawn camps. You're just denying one, and then you're going to grubs. Like he does not need to take these Raptors here, unless he's going for Krugs, in which case you guys are not getting the grubs.
To be fair, if he like takes both of those, like Jarvan's is probably just gonna do red buff and then it contests scrubs.
Yep, exactly.
But at least he got screwed on his camps.
I think also Nico kind of like warps drafts a lot, because if you pick it first, you're also foregoing these OPs, and I think that's like pretty bad. Also, the fact that you guys got Orianna, Wukong, and Yunara is completely fucking illegal. And it's good like in all three of the roles. Like even though they have Kaisa, this champion doesn't dive, so it doesn't really make sense. This champion dives, but his ultimate's not a CC, so they're gonna have to pick and choose what they want to do. I'm just confused. Why did you guys ban Set Darius? Is this like their top laner's like second,
just
third?
like his other.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What about Sion? Is there a reason why we didn't pick Sion here? Because that champion's fucking insane as a blind.
Our top laner just doesn't like play a lot of Sion.
Okay. Does he play
Blind.
like? Is it only like Nasus and Shen that he likes playing, or is there any other?
He plays like. I was thinking it's probably Ornn here for him because his champ pool is like Ornn, Shin, Gnar are like his big three outside of Nasus. So it's probably Ornn because like I feel like we need something to like stand in front of Yunara alongside Braum. I guess like I have Braum, but Ornn sounds better. I can't really describe why.
Well, no, it makes sense. Like you need somebody to stop them from diving your team. That's a good line of thought. It's just right now, like you don't necessarily need a tank. You just need like a bulky bruiser. So honestly, if it was you guys, I would honestly try to ban for like a Jax or ban for a, like obviously your top laner doesn't play, right? So that's not a consideration here, but I just want you to know overall, having like a Aatrox, having a Jax, having a, what else? Renekton. Those champions are extremely OP with your draft, right? Renekton will instantly win you guys topside 3v3s. So unless you're scared of getting countered, that shouldn't be too much of a worry. Only thing I'll say, even if these are like the two champions that are like the most played, I'd be a little careful, because does their top laner play Ambessa like at all?
I don't know. I don't think it was like on their OPGG necessarily.
Okay, so it's fine if he doesn't at all, but I just want you to know, like Ambessa on 4 or 5 is like insane. They can either ban 2 top laners and then pick top, or they just 5 pick Ambessa, and you guys have Shen into Ambessa, and they have a full dive comp. Like Shen can't really stop these 3 champs from going forward. So that's kind of the idea behind the draft. Other than that, I don't mind the Braum either, because their dive is like pretty shit. This is completely fine. I don't have any qualms on this one. So now, okay.
This is the Pantheon is Volley Bear. Well, this draft got funky because they first picked Mbessa, and then there was confusion on who was supposed to R1, R2. Our mid laner wanted to drop, and so did ADC. And so we just picked top jungle. But
yeah,
we were
that's
discussing
good.
if it should have been jungle AD or jungle mid. I don't know.
You have a couple of options. You could just go Pantheon like Aurora, but if your mid laner doesn't want to blind that, that's completely fine. And then you guys should most definitely consider. I guess your top laner probably doesn't play it. Renekton is so OP if they do this. They need to ban Renekton in the first 3 if they want to do this. If they don't,
Right.
this is completely legal.
It's true. Renekton into Mbessa. Our top laner does just prefer Volley Bear into Mbessa. Which is fine. We're not this isn't an ACL team.
Yeah. I know. I'm just trying to think because I've heard of that matchup before. I just don't know how strong it is. So I'll guess it's similar to Renekton, but yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so this is a counter pick. That's fine. And then Xin Zhao Pantheon seems a little weird.
We did it's Xin Zhao Volley Bear.
Sorry, Xin Zhao Volley Bear.
Yeah, the Pantheon is not there.
Is there really no way your mid laner wants to pick Aurora Xin Zhao? I feel like that Aurora after Azir and Orianna are down is one of the most OP champs. It's Annie Aurora.
I guess our mindset was Azir, Ryze, Talia, Orianna, big 4.
Yeah.
And then he was okay, the big 4 are out. Just drop me. Let me see more.
Okay.
But Aurora, Galio, Annie are kind of the next tier, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ryze is, I'm not going to lie, Ryze is pretty hard to execute. I think you really have to be consistent with your moves on the map. Otherwise you just get outranged and outscaled by a lot of the mid lanes. So I'd be a little bit careful with that. Because in NECL too, there's a lot of players that just don't want to play Ryze because it's very reliant on how strong you are early. And then I think Galio is weird because this is Ambessa jungle, right?
Yeah. So we have learned.
Yeah, it's flexible. It's not the best, but your jungler should definitely win 1v1 a lot of the time, and there should be angles for you guys to invade. So it's not that bad. Volley Bear. I mean, you guys can fight the entire top side. I'm just confused on this. Galio into Aurora. It's fine, right? I just don't know how good it is. You're just kind of neutralizing, and then you don't really have a champion that'll go in a Camille where you'll lock them down. So this pick is weird to me. That makes sense. Xin Zhao can go in, right? But unless you guys are chaining your Xin Zhao E knock up to Galio, it's a little bit difficult. And then Volley Bear is honestly, I don't know enough about Volley Bear, but it's QR, I don't know how consistent it is as an engage, right? If you're QRing as Volley Bear into a Twitch in a team fight, you might just die as you're doing it. So yeah, this third pick is a little questionable. And then 4-5 is the most important part of this comp because you guys are gonna have to carry with these champions in mind. Obviously this is not Pantheon. You basically have 3 tanks on this side of the map, so I'm fine with you looking for an enchanter angle. Okay. Yeah. So what I'd be gunning for and what you should be thinking about is hyperscaler with an enchanter, ban whatever you don't want to play into as an enchanter. So you can pick Julu, Lulu, you can pick Jana, you can pick Renata, you can pick literally anything you want, but just make sure you're banning for your enchanter support, because if this happens, you're now playing, you have to play a frontline support, and that's the last thing you really want to do with this comp. because now Jinx is by herself versus a champion that outranges her versus dive and then versus dive. Like, you can't save her from 3 of these divers, right?
Yeah.
So this draft is a little bit difficult.
Other
Other than
see
that,
the angle actually, like
Mhm.
we went in banning and we were just like, okay, we're blinding AD counter support,
yeah,
so we ban ADs. But then I also was like, hey, let's just ban Renata because I think Renata just looks good in general into the 3 of our top side.
yeah. Well,
And then they picked Blitz, and I was like, dude, what the heck? So
yeah, dude, I feel that. Well, okay, I would be a little bit careful because your champions aren't really dive. They're like control champions. When I think of dive, these are the champions that I think of. And the reason why when I'm looking at like Volley, Xin Zhao, and Galio, like their range of engage is so fucking low, right? If you think about Galio E versus look at this MBSR, right? It's across the entire screen or our entire screen. Nocturne R, entire, you get it? So I would be a lot more scared of your Jinx not being able to play in team fights if you don't play an Enchanter. And obviously, Tom Kench, like, it's good in situations where you're playing versus a diver and you have a good lane. In this lane, you don't have a good lane and you can't defend against 3 divers. So it's like a little bit difficult. The main consideration for me and like the hyperscaler angle is just that you have like 3 frontline tanks that want to control. So those tanks are supposed to take care of whatever's like sitting in front of you, and then you need to take care of whoever's literally diving onto your ADC. So that's why I'm thinking like Janna, Renata for you as well, and then like Lulu. Those are the main ones. Other than that, for ADC, like you can also pick like a more mobile or more safe ADC. So blinding, for example, like Sivir is a lot more consistent than blinding Jinx because Sivir has an easier time just spell shielding like any of these champions' abilities. And then if you want to be a little bit more mobile, Lucian isn't a hyperscaler, but he can do the work. Tristana and Zeri are other hyperscalers that you can look for that kind of do the same job. They're just weaker in lane. Okay.
is it just troll not to ban like Blitzcrank here?
Yeah, because it's not like these champions aren't the ones that are gonna suffer. It's this champion, and you have to pick a hyperscaler because think about it, right? You need late game scaling insurance, and you have to blind your ADC. So you're gonna have to pick a safe hyper carry, and what goes well with safe hyper carries is like enchanters. It makes your team fights easier. Even if your lane might not be optimal. But you have 2 bans, right? So you can make it optimal. I would ban like Pike Blitzcrank if you're scared of the hookers. I think that's good. Literally.
Yeah.
So other than that, I don't really have a problem with the draft. I will just say
Is our engage like real though, I guess? Like what if I was like Rel or Leona here? Galio, Xin Zhao, Volibear, like I guess it's enough like frontline anyway. Like you don't have to engage super hard anyway.
Okay, the reason why I don't like Rel is because Rel into Blitzcrank isn't necessarily a good lane. The only supports that I'm looking for when I see Blitzcrank are like Nautilus, Leona, and then like maybe like Braum. Those are like the best in my mind. And if you don't have a good lane, mind you, they're gonna counterpick your ADC, right? So they should have a good lane to begin with.
Yeah.
You're gonna suffer a little bit. And your hyperscaler needs to be ahead or equal. Otherwise, this game's gonna be impossible. Like this is literally the crux of your comp when you pick these tanky ass champs.